Back. Welcome back to Lambdogavision. Ooh, look at that hair. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've done Lambdogavision, hasn't it? Some of you may remember Lambdogavision, and Lambdogavision is, I don't know, considered a bit of a reality check. This is a response to DJGrooveline. Let me open this up by saying I very much respect the open the open quest for information, and I very much respect and appreciate the sharing of news sources and also direct sources. However, to quote Ed Lover, and to bring a little something back from a little whiles away, from my bro Corey C., my dog Mike up in northern New York, who totally forgot about this. Come on, son! Where y'all are losing it is in your analysis. Think about it. Just really, really think about it for a moment. Times are absolutely tough. No doubt about it. We're going through a major economic recession. Albeit at this point a depression, because in my opinion, you want to lose money, throw it in your 401k. That's it's bizarre. And then believe me, I look at numbers that y'all may or may not be looking at, and whenever there's this government intervention, we see this big old gap up, and then it just slowly trickles down, and then whenever the government pulls back, it does this crazy ass stuff. Yeah, you can take a look at information and stuff and make up your own conclusions and say, oh look, here's a squiggly line pointed down. You know what that means? Yeah. Here's what it means. It means, come on, son. Who the fuck knows what it means, man? Pardon my language. Think about it. Really, really think about it. Everybody who has a more aware, independent channel regarding the news said, oh, well, if Israel does blah, blah, blah in Iran, then, oh, yeah, Iran's going to do this, and Iran's going to do that, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. Huh? Really? There's nothing wrong with sharing the information, and shoot, dude. I'm gonna go ahead and kick DJGrooveline square in the balls. Square in the balls right now. Because, come on, son. Which one is it? Is the collapse gonna be sudden? Is it gonna be overnight so we can't do anything about it? Or is it gonna be this 2-week leader line now that PD Lumina tells us about from the Apple farm? Which one is it? Did the collapse start unraveling in, what was that, September? Or was it November 29th? Or, next January 2012? I'm not trying to senselessly and purposefully just pick on you and punch you in the face here. What I want to see happen, I would like to see some more effort be put towards some more accurate analysis. Obviously, in my case, I'm in a weird economic pocket where I'm at, okay? We seem to be isolated to a point. My line of work is very funny. And I don't know. I think the data comes up there, and there is it can mean different things to different people. Here's some things that are facts, though. If a person is invested on a fixed income and they live off the dividends of their stocks, and the dividends of their stocks, let's say, for some bizarre reason, just as an example, we're going to go over some facts here. For some bizarre example, and I have a family member who actually, they're retired, and they live off dividend payments of shares of stock to uphold their lifestyle. What if you had the same plan, but your plan was, instead of stocks in what my family member has, your stocks were in Bank of America? What happened to the Bank of America dividend? You know, they got run through the ringer. I know some of y'all are maybe thinking they deserved it, but whatever, please bear with me here. They got run through the ringer, and what was it? More than 50 years of reliable growing dividends got obliterated. That's a fact. Now, does that mean that we fall off of some sort of economic precipice? I'll tell you what, for some individuals, most definitely. If you spend your whole working career of 30 to 40 years of purchasing Bank of America stock so you can have that dividend yield, then all of a sudden these stock shares go from, what were they? I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but not only did they lose dividends, but their value was totally obliterated. There's plenty of factual issues and topics to talk about, I think, without the inaccurate, over and over and over again, inaccurate conclusions that some sites are making right now. Now, I'm not accusing you of that, DJ. Don't mistake me, okay? I believe you and I are trying to accomplish the same thing. I really do. I'm just... If a soothsayer is to predict the future, and their predictions are constantly incorrect, that's not a soothsayer. You know, in the Bible, a false prophet, we're directed to throw stones at them until they die. Why is that? Because a false prophet is very, very harmful. A person who predicts the future, that a future that does not come true, is one of the most harmful things. It prevents us from coming up with the correct solution, which obviously is more or less out of your and my hands at this point. You know, whatever is going on economically. But let me tell you something that I'm really thinking about here. This is really going to hurt. It's really going to hurt a lot of people. It's really hurting me in my industry, because people who want to repair their cars, if somebody doesn't have money, they don't have money, period. And a lot of people that don't have money, they had credit cards and now they don't have credit cards. But just like a person who no longer has credit cards, there is such a thing as debt restructure. And I don't hear anything, most anything, about debt restructure from these sites. You know, there's like this cookie cutter equation that some of these alternative sites come up with. Like the answer always equals C, right? So we get information A, we fill in information B, and then we always get the same answer C. What does debt restructure look like on a national level? What does it look like? Historically, what does it look like? Does it look like bread lines? Does it look like chaos in the streets? Or does it look like the creature from Jekyll Island? Does it look like us moving to the Petro Standard in the 1970s? What does it look like, man? It's not. Now, listen, if you're still with me here, it's not that anything that you or I say is going to change it. And I appreciate what you do. I appreciate what you shared. I think you're cool as hell. Um, I don't know, man. I'm just, when I watched your video, just in conclusion here, when I watched your video and I heard that bullshit about, well, yeah, we did say November, da da da, but we're going to have to move that to January. How many times? How many times are we going to see that shit? Hmm? Until they're fucking right. Hmm? How many times are we going to have a thing like, oh, they're going to shut down the internet kill switch? Yeah, maybe. Maybe not. No. Anyway, man. All that being said, we're still cool. I mean, we're just a couple dudes talking here. And it's it's both our perspectives, you know. We're both looking at the same thing. Imagine you're here, I'm here, and you know, when you look at a at an issue from two different angles, man, you get a better view. So anybody else watching it that made it this far, hey shit, chime in. Video response is of course preferred, but hell, man, we'll take anything around. Come on, Simon.